So here we are, we're at the Plaza Show 2011. I know we kind of met with you guys at NAMM, but it was a bit of a different situation. So here we are with the Emulator, presenting it. We've come leaps and bounds with this. The Emulator is the world's first multi-touch system for DJs. You can do everything on this multi-touch, so you can... It's multi-touch, so you can do 2 things, 3 things, 4 things at once. This particular screen is 6-touch, so you can do up to 6 things at once. You've got everything that you would possibly need. The software is actually very simple. It's just a MIDI controller, multi-touch MIDI controller for any underlying software. So this particular one is using Traktor. So if you can see, Traktor's underneath, but Traktor is a little finicky with the touch. It doesn't tend to work really well. So we just made it usable and touchable, so you can do anything you want. It's got everything you need. So all the buttons, everything, I'm gonna go through the whole buttons and what it does, but basically what it is a MIDI controller. The new version that we have coming out at the end of the month is gonna be awesome. It's the Emulator modular, and behind us we have a video playing, and what it is you customize your own layout. So now instead of saying, okay, well this is the layout, this is how it is, you say, no, I use Virtual DJ. I want to use Virtual DJ, and I want the play button down at the bottom where I feel comfortable. You just make your own layout. You put the buttons where you want, you put the colors where you want, you make your own complete layout, you put your logo at the top, you do whatever you want. And that seems to be, I mean, the future. You can customize your own DJ software and your own performance. And so one of the cool things about Emulator, it's a presentation piece. So if you back the camera up, I'll show you quickly, you can do things like this. But you can put corporate logos, you could put the club's logo, whatever. You can put photos, anything you can think of, you can put on there to manipulate and get the crowd. You can put like scream, or whatever. So I'm just going to go through some of the features with this here. You've got loops. Filters. You've got advances, so if I hit shift, you've got all your effects that you would have in Traktor down below here.
You've created like a kind of a custom interface for existing software.
Exactly. Well, we made an interface for making underlying software multi-touch. That's all it does. It makes anything you can imagine multi-touch. So if it's a lighting program, as long as it's MIDI based, we can send MIDI signals, then it's done. So it's very simple. It's not an incredibly difficult task. The hard part is actually the whole creating, making sure that when you do this, it does that, which is, if you lift the volume, it should lift the volume. When we first came up with this idea, there was some bugs that we had to work out. So now it works the way it should do.
So what are the components? So we've got
so the components start with the software. The software is the key right there. Comes in a USB key, and the software is the backbone between it all. And so you get the software. It's unlimited lifetime updates, so you can, as we fix things and make things better, you just download the newest version. And then the Emulator kit that you see here comprises of a touchscreen with 4mm glass, and it's got a frosting on it so you can actually see the image from both sides. It's only touched from one side, so it only touches from this side, not this side. And then the stand to hold it at the right angle, of course. You need that. And then a projector. So the projector has actually nothing to do with the functionality.
It's just so you can see what you're doing.
It's just to see what you're doing. So once you have your image centered on your screen, you calibrate it so it knows I'm touching here and here. It just calibrates. It's very simple. I'll actually show you here. The calibration is very simple. Go to the calibration screen, hit calibration. Just give it 2 seconds, it resets the screen. And then you just touch the crosses till they turn green. Done.
Sweet.
So it's very simple. If it gets out of alignment for whatever reason, you just do that and you're back in playing.
So I'm guessing, people people are probably saying, hey, can we do this for Ableton Live? Can we do this for...
Well, the answer is you can do it for any MIDI software. I mean, the only one right now that that we're working through is Strato because it doesn't have an internal mixer, but we're working on that now. So you can use Ableton, Tractor, Virtual DJ, PC DJ, Decadence, Pro Tools. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Anything that uses a MIDI signal, you can make your own layout for and then start playing. We have template layouts, so you don't have to start from scratch. You can start with this template and say, well, I want these buttons a little smaller, so I'll edit that and make it smaller. I want this button over here. You can do whatever you want. You can actually put your own logo up in here, so you can have your own logo or the club or whatever. It's important to be unique with your presentation. So now you can just have, this is my layout. I'm hoping Daft Punk sees this. Daft Punk, we want to make a Daft Punk version. I want to see what you guys do with this.
So what's the
Hint, nudge, nudge.
Like how much ambient light, that kind of thing? What's the ideal scenario?
Ideal scenario is obviously in the dark. It's it's a more visual tool. So if you're in a daylight environment, it bleaches out the screen. You can't see this screen in the daylight. It just does not work. What you can use is, like I said, the dual LEDs. We're releasing that in January. That'll be our kind of...
Explain what that is. I didn't get it on camera.
That's okay. Dual LED TVs. So we've got LED TVs, the thin frame ones, back to back, sitting on the same idea. Only instead of being able to see a shadow through it, it's two TVs. You lose a little bit of that holographic image, but the trade-off is that you can use it during the day, and it's a little bit more robust. The projector doesn't need to be aligned. It's just a little clearer, brighter, more vibrant, and I personally really like it, except for the fact if you're moving around with it, it's very heavy and cumbersome. But for a nightclub install, it's perfect. So
pricing for components, I'm guessing you got software and then the hardware's are different.
The software's $249, and that's in store or online. And then the hardware components. This particular one is the 42-inch 6-touch. And it is, I believe, 5,000 pounds. Are you a British-based company?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 5,000 pounds. So, and that gets you the screen, the software, the stand, and the projector. It gets you the whole thing. You just need a computer and a sound card and whatever DJ software you want to use.
I'm guessing we're going to see a lot of this. People just doing stuff live with sequencers and soft synths and stuff. It's going to look great.
I think what you're going to see is people, because they can do whatever they want now. You're going to see really creative things like. Maybe just a screen with one triangle button that you press and it does something. Who knows? I want to put a button that says, holy crap, and you press it and it does something crazy.
Do not press.
Yeah, do not press button. A big red do not press. Of course people are going to press it. And it goes, woo, I don't know. You can have it trigger a sample or whatever. The sample bank here, you've got sample banks built into Tractor now. So let's say, for example, I want to take this as a sample. I just drag it into the sample bank. So now the samples, and I can apply filters. I can, thanks. So I go to the sample bank, I can apply a filter to it.
What's the latency like for kind of real-time stuff in terms of triggering?
It's 6 milliseconds. The iPad is, I think, 12, so it's pretty damn accurate. And the other thing is you can do micro adjustments. So for example here, I can just roll my finger. Or for this, I can, once I'm holding it,
you can create the radius you want. Ah, sweet.
So that's, you've got everything right at your fingertips. You've got your main volume here. So there's your main volume. This is how much mix you want in your headphones. This is your headphone volume. That's your logo. If you have a logo inserted, you can put your own logo in there. Quantize, snap feature, crossfader. Has a crossfader if you mix like that. So, actually turn this up a bit so you can hear it. So I can do this. So let's say I had a track playing. So I'll do this. I mean, obviously I'm not a scratch DJ and I don't use a crossfader, but you get the idea. You can be creative with your performance. That's pretty much Emulator in a box. There you go. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, if there's any questions, our website has all the things, smithsonmartin.com. smithsonmartin.com, and our YouTube channel has all the videos. We just had Mark Romboy play at Ministry of Sound and launch this in the UK. It was spectacular. That video is on our YouTube channel. It's YouTube/SmithsonMartin. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Get out of here.